I I
Yeah.
love and honor your work that you're doing to create this new concept of mystery, surprise,
Yeah.
anticipation of what could happen in money
Yeah.
and in
Yeah.
life instead of, because that's the new um, script, right? But it's not one that's told
Yeah.
very often. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. 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 All the wisdom traditions have been teaching this forever. I
Yes.
mean, you think of what, and you and I interacted on this a little bit. You think of what Jesus said about money, and I use the term reckless with deep respect,
Yes.
right? Like I'm saying, like we now would point back at that and go, "That's reckless." Christ walking around saying, "What?" Like it's dripping with sarcasm almost. Like, what manner of person would build a barn and then once it's full, build a second one? Come on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just dripping with, and then the lilies of the field, even Solomon with all his glory wasn't as beautiful as the lily. And the lily is not taking any thought about tomorrow. And then the parable of the servants, the laborers in the vineyard, the people who showed up at 7 and worked till 9, and then those people who showed up at like 5 and worked for half an hour got paid the same thing. That thing is like, that one's one of the most challenging, confronting parables in all of Scripture because of most of us, I think, most of people that we would hang out with relate to the people who showed up at 7 and stayed till 9. And they're like, dude, what's with the people who were only here for half an hour getting the same money? And I think what Jesus is saying is, yeah, figure it out.
Deal with
right?
it.
So I
There's
think
tension there.
what's so hard to me is all the wisdom traditions have been saying this forever.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is true. We're not saying it now. It's
No.
it's reckless.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible. It's it's imprudent to be talking about the mystery of it all. You know what I mean? And we need to get to the point. And we all see it. We see it all the time. Like the people, wait, oh, it didn't turn out the way I thought. I waited my whole life. I did this, I did that. I've got a buddy who says he's retired and he works 80 hours a week. He's got, he's airplane rich, like private jet rich, like more money than he could ever spend.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that this trip I just took, he said, "Oh, sure be nice. I wish I could afford that." And I can guarantee you our balance sheets are not the same. Like not even one frat, like him, me, like not even close. And I was like, "Well, he was like, yeah, it's almost irresponsible." I'm like, "Oh, that's super interesting. Tell me why you think." "Well, you should be focused on building intergenerational wealth." And I was like, "For what?" Like, what the hell are you? I was so like
offended.
Well, it was more of just sad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are you talking? Like, I just took my 23-year-old daughter for 5 days surfing by ourselves in Baja. What kind of wealth do you think I just passed on? Right? Like, I just took my wife 4 days. I just spent 5 days with my brothers jumping into water at night. What? Looking for things with shiny eyes so we could grab them with spear. Like,
oh my gosh.
What kind of wealth is that?
Yeah.
I should have stayed home to build wealth for my intergenerational wealth? What kind of bull? So that to me is where I think we have this dilemma. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are we even doing? And I don't know where the boundary condition is for irresponsible, not responsible. I have no idea. I don't think any of us do. I think that's the beauty of this job. So anyway, that's how I see all of that. I don't even know what the question was, but whatever it was good. Thanks, Jess.
Yeah, sure.